Good evening, folks. This is yours truly, Laser LFC. We're going to do a quick pre-match preview for the game tomorrow, Liverpool versus Burnley. I'm joined with Fozi. Fozi,
oh, man.
How you doing, boy? You all right?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Yeah, I'm good.
Pleasure. So we're going to get right into it. So this game is huge for Liverpool. Huge game. I can't stress it enough. What do you think Liverpool need to do? What do we need to do going into the game? Because I feel like when the way we started against West Bromwich Albion, the mentality wasn't there, the concentration wasn't there, and we were fortunate to get that winner from Alisson. Yeah. The football gods were with us, so we don't want another scare like that again tomorrow, man. But we know it's going to be tough. Big up to yourself, Jordan Henderson, in the chat. Must-win games now. It's in our hands. Yes, after the result tonight, Chelsea 2, Leicester City 1. I'm just going to get on the table. So there we have the table. Yes, so as you can see, hold on a moment, guys. Yep, you can just about see there. I'm not sure what's going on because it's not showing the points. But Liverpool are in the driving seat. It's in Liverpool's hands. So effectively, Liverpool win their both games against Burnley and against Crystal Palace. We should be back in the big time, barring a miracle from Leicester City. If they smash Tottenham, anything could happen in football. And this is why I would have preferred a draw tonight. What's your thoughts, Fozi? What do you think Liverpool need to do tomorrow regarding team selection?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say, bro, because you got to think about it. We had a preview before the West Brom game, and I mentioned it to you. I think Hussam and young Theo. I said it. We've got to have it up here because the problem is not Manchester United and Man City or Chelsea. That's not the issue with Liverpool this season. We reverted back to the old days when we're struggling against smaller teams. That's the issue for us. That's why we're struggling this season. And if you look at a majority of our games, we lost points to teams like Burnley, West Brom, Brighton, the bottom half teams. So we got to find a way. Let me give you an example. Do you know why we was beating the likes of Burnley and Brightons of this world and before, like in the past 3 seasons, just say 3.5 seasons?
The mentality. I would say it was the mentality.
It wasn't just mentality because we haven't Let me give you something, mate. We've struggled with small teams since the 90s.
It's always been a Liverpool thing. Big up to Paul Shirley as well. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to get at here, the reason we've been doing well in the last few seasons is because we had a man called Van Dijk who was a threat in both boxes. He wins every header in our box and he goes the other way and gets these smaller teams and scores headers as well. So that's why when teams are deep line defending, we struggle. But when Van Dijk is there, we beat these small teams because he wins the headers in the set pieces. And I think it was Norwich. Was it Norwich last season when we started? I think it was Norwich, and he scored a couple of goals. They were doing deep line defending. I remember. I think he scored
when we won the league. Norwich was the opening game of the season. We beat them 4-1.
So that's what I'm trying to say. This is what that's the thing that's overshadowed everything because of Van Dijk getting us out of trouble in these type of games. But tomorrow we've got to find a way, Laser. We've got to find a way to open them up and be smart because we can't concede a goal like this West Brom. We can't. Like you said to me, this is a better team than West Brom. And they're more. I think they'll cause us more problems,
especially and that's the concern. We got young Reece Williams, Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips, this is his type of game. Playing an aerial game. This will suit him well. But the concentration and mentality has got to be switched on for the whole team. It's so good saying, we got Nat Phillips, because he's our best defender, central back at the moment, which is fit. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Kabak's injured. Reece Williams, we know the story with him. He's a young player. He's sixth choice. He wouldn't have got a look in if all our main players were fit. So we can't really criticize him much. But we just know how Burnley are going to set up. They're going to sit, they're going to be deep. I reckon they will lump balls in the opening stages. They'll try and test the back line. If we do that high line. it's going to be dangerous.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think in the last 2 or 3 seasons, we have won Burnley away. We have won those games.
Oh yeah, actually. Last season we beat them.
Yeah. We have got a good record.
Yeah. So it's at home where they seem to get us. It's at Anfield for some reason. You know, we've had like 2 1-1 draws there, and if you notice, we always concede. I think there was a time when it might have been the season before when we won 4-2, and it was a bit of a crazy game. They actually took the lead, if you remember. You know, I think Alisson fumbled it in the box. So he has to have another good game. I know he'll be on a high, and the emotions will be going in high for him at the moment. You know, his father, you know, the birth of his son and stuff like that. But he needs to be switched on as well, because we know Burnley are going to test us there. Everybody knows our weakness, and we have to be careful. We have to start thick and fast again. You know, be disciplined, be organized and composed. That's the key for me, because we start slow and do this lackadaisy passing from side to side. And let's say, for example, they'll just catch us out. You know, Reece Williams or Nat Phillips makes a mistake and they're through in on goal. Because despite, you know, most of the players don't have much pace, but they still pose a threat. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? They still pose a threat. You know, Chris Woods, Ashley Barnes, players like that. So we have to be very careful. It's in our hands. And it'd be sad if we mess this up. Now we've been presented with this opportunity, especially after Leicester losing tonight. So they're going to be watching on anxiously and nervously, you know, sweaty palms, biting their nails, thinking, please, there'll be Burnley fans tomorrow. Because for me, it's in Liverpool's hands. I believe it's going to be a tough game, you know, at the end of the season for Leicester against Spurs. Spurs want to get into Europe. You know, they can't get in the Champions League now, but they still want to play European football. As a club of their stature, they still need it. So they've got something to fight
for. And I think Kane wants to live on a high, innit? Kane and Bale want to live on a high.
Yeah. So I'm going to read out some comments now. Big up to yourself, Paul Shirley. I think, if I'm right, you're the guy that was on Coppish earlier, you were saying. So I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub. Jordan Henderson. We need Harry Kane to be on fire against Leicester. For me, bro, I appreciate your comments and your thoughts. For me, we've got to do our job tomorrow. I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves there. Yes, we're going to need a bit of a favour, but even if Leicester were to win, I believe Tottenham still can score. As long as we do our job in both games, you know, we beat Burnley, hopefully a clean sheet, let's say 2-0, then we beat Palace. I believe if the home fans coming back as well will help us. Job done for Liverpool is in our hands. We just got to do our job.
Yeah.
We got to Eki, LFC. Thanks for joining us here, Eki. I think Fabinho will play at the back tomorrow because of Woods and Barnes' threats. That could be a possibility. But I have another feeling that I think he'll take the same team for me. He's got to shield the back. For me, it's all about protecting Reece and Nat Phillips. So
I've always said it to you, Laser. The issue I have sometimes is with Reece Williams. The thing with Reece Williams is he's a good kid. Let's not trash him like people expect us to trash him. He's not at that level. Let's be honest here. He's not at that level.
Of course, man.
But the thing Fabinho needs to do is just stay in front of him, because Fabinho wanders off sometimes, and I really get angry. You know what I mean, just stay in front of that defense. To me, the first focus is keep a clean sheet. Second focus is get a goal.
Of course,
that's all I'm looking for. We cannot concede goals, guys. We can't, because it's hard to recover. But West Brom was just an example. On another day, that would have ended up as a draw. But luckily, a goalkeeper scored a goal. I mean, sometimes you got to look at it and think to yourself, are strikers that bad? I mean, a goalkeeper had to come on and score a winning goal. Are we that crap?
The thing is, we had chances. If you remember, Mane had a wonderful chance in the first half, and I think it's just gone wide of the post. Firmino had a chance, not Firmino, but it's hit the bar. But as you were saying, our strikers are going to take the chances, man. I don't know what has happened to them this season. You know, they have to. Once we get a chance, we have to take it. Because for me, I don't want to jinx it, but I find it very hard to see us keeping a clean sheet. I just do.
Yeah.
But you know, because I think we just shake and we're wobbly when it comes to set pieces. We're very weak. You know, we're very vulnerable in that area. Gonna get some more comments up. Thanks for the comments, guys, getting active. We're not gonna be here long. It's just a quick match preview. It's just off the cuff. You know, it wasn't planned or nothing like that, but we'll get one in. Hendel SZN, I'm not sure, at Scott. Exactly, it might be to the last commenter. We need Fabinho and Thiago in midfield. We just have to trust Reece. I agree with that. I personally agree with that.
We've got no choice.
Yep. Another day we would have battered West Brom. I do believe that. Another season, actually. I don't think this season, Paul. I actually think if it was last season, I just think mentally, the players, the forward line, apart from Salah, because he's been banging in the goals, haven't been up to the job. They just haven't. It's just one of those seasons. If you look at our goal for tally, it's low. There's been seasons where Liverpool haven't won the title, haven't challenged for the title.
We scored a lot of goals.
We scored a lot of goals. That's it, Fozi. You know the drill. Yeah. But this season is very low return. And I allude that back to the 6 consecutive home defeats. You think about those 6 games. We got to Eke again. Don't get me wrong. I don't want Fab playing at the back, but I just think he will. Fair enough. So, basically, where do you think the threat's going to be coming from? We know, obviously, it's going to be the aerial set pieces. They're going to play for free corners, etc. Who do you think's the danger man? Stating the obvious.
Chris Woods, isn't it? Chris Woods is going to be the danger man. Let's just be honest. He's been scoring a lot of goals recently, and I've got a feeling that Barnes is going to play because he always has good games.
I know.
And it really frustrates me, man. He scored a penalty at Anfield. Don't forget the winning goal. So it's them two, and I got a feeling they're going to listen. We got to be smart. You know what I mean? Their strongest point is the set pieces, which we got to stop. We've got to stop these silly passes as well that don't go anywhere. Robertson was doing that against West Brom. I was giving him props in the Man United game because he was passing to the players. I know he's tired. I know he's played every game, but like I said to you about Alisson before that game, I said out of all the people, we need Alisson the most, and he did come through. He beyond.
Remember, we did save a shot near the end as well, so we were lucky in that, in that regards as well. But all the players need to be switched on. This is going to make or break our season. We cannot afford to draw, and we're thinking, oh my God, we're going to the game for Palace. We have to make the job easy for ourselves, get that win tomorrow, and then we take it to the final day, and the momentum will be with us. And I believe the momentum will be with us anyway after that win. Late winner from Palace as well. Beating Man United.
This is the most important game, Leza. This is the most important game
of our season in the last year or so.
Because I'm happy because the Crystal Palace games, the fans come back. You know what I mean? So they are gonna see the fans finally at Anfield. Crystal Palace.
But Burnley are gonna have fans.
That game, I know we have a bad record against Palace in the past at Anfield, but we know how to cope with them at Anfield. But now with the fans on top of that, that's even better. You know what I mean? And what we need to do tomorrow is just, like I said, be switched on. Try to not concede a goal in the first.
I don't want to go down again, man.
Man.
I can't go through that all over again, man.
Just have just have a game plan. Have street smart, as they call it. Be street smart in the game.
Switched on, man, from the get-go. Big up to everybody in the chat. Guys, if you haven't liked already, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Don't forget to head over to our other channel, Unscripted Football Talk, and please subscribe to that channel. It's a new platform. We're going to be giving the fans of irrespective clubs, different clubs, no matter who you support, a chance to voice their opinion. So please get in contact with us if you would like to be involved. Big up to Scott Plou. Say, never mind who they play, we're a far better side. Do our job and barely don't stand a chance. Alisson got us back with a Champions League place. If we can't win it for Alisson, then we don't deserve it. Yeah, you only get what you deserve. There's all good saying we beat West Brom and everyone saying we're in it, but there's still 2 more games to go. You only get what you deserve. At the end of 38 games, wherever you are in the table, that's where you deserve to be. We would only have
no easy games, bro. There's no easy games, man.
No easy games, as they say, man. We've seen it before. Look at 2014, for example, guys. And we were playing Crystal Palace in the second to last game. And yes, we all know a lot of people were saying the league was over when Gerrard slipped, but we were still within a chance. We had to just beat Crystal Palace. Yes, we were chasing the goal difference. They had nothing to play for. They were safe. So teams like this in this position can be actually more dangerous. And I know we were wasteful in the game against West Bromwich, but they gave a good account to themselves. I think they played all right. They were up for it.
They had their chances.
They were. You would have been there was a team that was relegated. Anyway, Big up to Paul Shirley again. How could we have divine intervention with Ali's goal, then turn around and not make top 4? I agree. It don't make sense.
100%.
What's the point of God bless Ali's head laughing out loud? I agree with you. It's just how Liverpool do things, guys. Like, what other teams have these moments? It's just crazy being a Liverpool fan, innit? You know, we got the rough with the smooth. You know, the way that happened. Me and my co-partner Fozi, we did a live watch along of the game on Sunday.
I was trashing the team before the goal.
Seconds to go. I'm just thinking, oh my God, my Sunday's ruined, my weekend's ruined, season's over. And then up pops Ali with that goal. You know, so it goes to prove, never say never. It ain't over until it's over. Let me put it out there, Laser. Things, guys.
Let me put it out there, Laser. You know what the issue is with Liverpool. I gotta be honest with you here, yeah. You know the issue with Liverpool is we rely on those front three for too much, too many things. The midfield should be getting some goals as well, bro. And can you imagine, if we had goals coming from the field with those strikers?
It would be
devastating.
And this is what I hope.
It'll be over.
Next season, they're going to work out in training. For me, obviously, we know Wijnaldum's going to be going. I would love Thiago to get stocky more with his goal return. And players like Fabinho, we know he plays deep, but he's capable of some screamers.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot
shots outside the box, man. You know, leave the opposition wondering and guessing. I think sometimes we're too predictable, too ticky-tacky, as you like to say, side to side.
Pass too much, man. Pass too many, man. Too many passes.
Try some bangers. You see all the other lower teams scoring these bangers, and sometimes I get envious thinking, where's our bangers? You know, we're always looking for the pretty option, and it's like we're turning into Arsenal, because Arsenal went through that period where they always were trying
tapping it in.
He's guilty of that as well. So that needs to change next season. We need more goal output from our midfielders, whoever they're going to be. And that's all. Score predictions, because we're going to wrap up shortly. How do you see the game going in the opening stage? Because I always like to have the game in 3 parts. So how could you see it starting? The players going to be nervous?
Laser. It just depends on the personnel. It depends on the personnel, because I didn't expect those players to start the other day, like some of them. I didn't even know we had injuries, you know what I mean? Until I saw
it's a shame.
Lineup, you know what I mean? So we gotta like calm down and wait for the personnel, because we don't know what the personnel is gonna be. So listen, we gotta win our midfield battle. I always say it. If you win the battle in the midfield, we'll be fine. You know what I mean? Because
of course
you can stop the ball going through. You could pass to your attackers and they score the goals, and you could help out the defense at the same time. If we there's 2 games to go. Let me put it this way, Laser, please. There's 2 games to go, and we know that the players are shattered. We already know that they can't run in.
Mentally and physically.
Why don't you give it your all in these 2 last games?
Yeah,
because there's an actual. It might not be a trophy, but it's the actual Champions League spot in place, man.
I'm celebrating.
It's a place you want to play in. You don't want to go back to Europa Cup, man.
I joked at it in one of my post-match streams for the West Bromwich game. You know, put like a little hanky thing, you know, like a serviette thing, you know, napkin. And I was like, we want to be dining at the top table. We don't want to be in the corner table. It's some fast food outlet playing on a Thursday. I'm saying we want to be dining at the top table next week, and we can do it, guys. We can. We just need to be switched on mentally and be composed and be professional. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. We cannot start this game thinking, it's little old Burnley. You know, we'll be all right. Because I think we've carried some of that mentality from last season into this season, where we think, don't worry, one of the guys are going to save us with a goal, and sometimes it goes wrong. You know, sooner or later, we'll bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? We cannot afford to go into this game thinking we'll get a late goal again. Yes, we'll love it for it to happen, you know, if we're 1-0 down or whether that's 1-1. But for me, we need to start thick and fast, man, and just put the game to bed. If the opportunity's there, put the game to bed. Going to read out a couple more.
You know, these type of games would have been perfect for technical players. You know, like number 10s that could open up. But it's just unfortunate we haven't got that. You know what I mean? But hopefully, like Oxlade would come back. He's a game changer. You know what I mean? On his day as well. Hopefully, he'll be back on the bench. And listen.
Do you think Jones
you know,
will
like
start?
that's what I was just about to come to.
I was thinking,
yeah, man.
Lineup.
Laser, I know you guys like the kid. Listen, Scousers, whatever. Yes, you guys are deserved your place in the football club. It's part and parcel. But he's just not there yet, Laser. I swear to you, mate. I can't say enough of it. Listen, I watch football all my life. I know football. And I said this before to you, before the West Brom game about him, when everybody was saying we need him to start. You just see how slow he is, Laser. He's very slow on the ball.
Right, it takes too long on the ball. And I don't know if that's how he's brought that with him from the under-23s. He don't get no time on the ball in the Premier League, man. No time at all whatsoever. He's got to learn how to release the ball quicker. And I know sometimes when we have counter-attacks as well, he slows them down. He's got to know when to release the ball.
Very bad, mate.
We've had numerous good counter-attacking options.
You know what? Let me give him a props. Actually, he's good at coming off the bench because against Man United he created the Salah goal. So there you go.
He did. He was hungry and ready for that. But I just think his confidence sort of dropped, man, after the West Bromwich game at Anfield. He sort of changed after that. I think he became arrogant too quickly. And when you think about it, he's still younger. He still needs time. I'm not saying loan him out or anything like that. I actually think it will benefit him if he stays around the first team. Good squad option. We're going to have loads of cup games, Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, etc. He's got Champions League experience as well. So I say for him, keep him in the squad where with Reece Williams, he's a player that needs to be loaned out. He will benefit from it. So I'm going to read out a few more comments before we head off. Paul Shirley saying, Scott, I'm sure he's referring to the guy in the comments. Scott, I honestly believe it will be an easy game against Burnley. Different mindset after the last game. Eki predicts Burnley 1, Liverpool 3. Salah 2 goals and Mane getting 1. Paul Shirley again. He's saying it now. He predicts 4-0. I would love a 4-0. Honestly, I would take that, man. And it's not impossible. If we switched on, we can do the job because Burnley be on the beach. And one thing I noticed with Burnley, when they play the top teams and they go a couple of goals down, they cave in. I've noticed that with Burnley.
Look at Leeds the other day.
It always happens with them a lot. Big up T-South, MKH31. Thanks for joining us today, this evening. Predicting Burnley 0, Liverpool 3. I'm actually going for another roller coaster 2-1. That's what I'm predicting. 2-1. 2-1. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it's 3-0s and 4-0s. Team selection now, I think it will be the same back four. I can't see any reason why it would change. I don't think Klopp will put Fab back there. Fab, Thiago, and I'm thinking Ronaldo in the midfield. I think Jones will be dropped.
Since Fab has been in the middle with Thiago, they've been winning every game. Yeah. Stick with it, man. Don't break that partnership.
Yeah, and Thiago's flourished more as well. He's helped this game.
Henderson is missing, bro. Henderson is missing.
Excuse me, guys. That was an accident. I'm not sure what happened there.
In the last 6 to 8 games, I think.
Woods anyway, though. Sorry,
if you look at the last 6 to 8 games, Thiago has been, I think, one of the best players on the pitch. Like we discussed before, he's getting used to the actual Premier League. And listen, we know how great he is. That's why he's being called a great Thiago, isn't it? So Alcantara. He's getting into his own in the Premier League, and I think he could be the difference tomorrow. It ain't gonna be. Sorry, guys, it ain't gonna be Alisson again, but Alisson maybe saving wise and keeping clean sheet. But like controlling the midfield. We need Thiago tomorrow, mate. He needs to control the midfield.
Oh no, Paul. Sorry about that. It's just the banners. I've had a long day today, man. I'm winding down now, and that's the thing about doing lives, man. Anything could go wrong, but it's all right.
Anything can go wrong.
It's all right. But guys,
so the midfield.
Join before we go. I just want to get this out of before I forget. Join me and Fozi. We're doing a live watch along of the game. We're going to be starting the stream at about 7:45. Kickoff is at 8:15. So please join us there at Laser LFC. Thank you. Before we go, Fozi.
You you were still talk about the midfield. I can see Wijnaldum coming back for Jones, and it's going to be Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Thiago. And the front three is the usual guys. So please, people, join us tomorrow. You know, your help counts for us when we come and do this on a regular basis. So look out for us in other platforms as well, like Unscripted Football Talk. I got LFC Red Forever channel. Please go over there and subscribe as well. And you know, Laser's channel, people, you know, is always you know, hyper, and you know, he's the man. So please come and subscribe on his channel as well. Yeah.
Yes.
But tomorrow, 100%, we're doing the live watch along. So please be here.
And don't forget as well, guys, subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Unscripted Football Talk. Please do that. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe. So catch us tomorrow, 7:45 UK time, Laser LFC for the game Liverpool versus Burnley. Until tomorrow, guys, have a good evening. Stay safe. Peace. We're out of here.